Hey, what's up everybody? It's Amaya. So today's video is going to be my May favorites. Oh no, April favorites. So today's video is going to be my April favorite. I am so excited to be filming this. I haven't filmed a favorites video since February because my birthday and Easter came after that and I bought a ton of makeup this spring, so I was kind of waiting to try it all out. So now I have some updates on some of the things that I got, whether they worked or whether they didn't. And I'm going to share those with you today. So let's get into it. I have some not so favorites and some favorites. So we're going to start with the favorites and then we'll go to the not so favorites. So the first thing I want to talk about is this eyebrow palette. This is from BH Cosmetics. It's the BH Studio Pro Ultimate Brow Palette. This is what it looks like. The only thing I don't like about this palette is it would be nice if there was a mirror in here, only because you're doing your eyebrows and a lot of times that's what you need. But it comes with so many different shades and they're all like really nicely pigmented, but they're not too crazy, you know what I mean? But they're pigmented enough that you could totally use them as eyeshadows if you wanted to, but they're creamy, they're smooth. I mean, look at that. Like, I just lightly rubbed my finger, but it's not too crazy. It's not like super creamy. Does that make sense? They're kind of dry, but they are pigmented. You get all of these powder shades right here, and then these 4 wax shades. I use these 2 for my brows, and I use this powder and this powder mixed together. But this is just so nice, especially if you are a makeup artist on a budget and you don't want to spend the money on the Anastasia brow palette. This has not as many shades, but it is such good quality and it is so good. I really like it. Next, I have a highlighter, and this will probably be no surprise to you guys because I've been pretty much talking about it non-stop. It is the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. It's just so beautiful. I know I only got this in my April boxy charm and I've only been using it for like 2-3 weeks, but oh my god, it is stunning. It is so gorgeous. I'm just gonna put a little bit more on for you right now. Put a little extra on, right? You can never have too much, right? Just look at how pretty and glowy that is. It's like almost colorless in a way. It doesn't really have like a color because in the pan, if you look at it, it looks like it's going to be way too dark for me. It looks like it's going to be too gold. But when you put it on the face, it just has such a nice glossiness, and that's what I love about it. It's not sparkly, and it's not super creamy and buttery, so it's not chunky. It's very lightweight, so gorgeous, and it'll work for a lot of different skin tones because it's definitely not as dark as it seems. Here it is right here. Obviously you saw it swatched on my face. That's what it looks like. It's just a really nice glowy, pretty, that's what I want to highlight. So the brush that I used to apply that is the Morphe M510, and it just happens to be another one of my favorites this month. So when I first got this, everyone was saying it was better than the Morphe M501, which, let me get that guy out right here. This is the Morphe M501, and this was like everybody's favorite highlighter brush for a long time, and it's mine. It's my like all-time favorite highlight brush. But this one, especially for like beaming highlights like this, will make your highlight stand out so nicely. Even though it is like natural haired, it doesn't make everything look too toned down. You know what I mean? It actually, honestly, kind of boosts everything up because it's a little bit more precise than the M501. So as you can see, this one's a little bit more fluffy. So when you put this one on the face, it kind of distributes the highlight more evenly. So I like to use this one on days when I want to go a little bit more natural because I don't have to put on as much highlight because it kind of distributes it everywhere. But if I want like a nice precise highlight with something that's very pigmented like this, I will go for this brush because it applies it full on, beautiful and gorgeous, but it doesn't spread it all around. Next thing I have to mention is another palette. It is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was honestly I was a little skeptical when it came to this palette because I'd heard so many people give it so many negative reviews and just say that it wasn't worth the hype. I'd seen so many anti-hauls with this in it, and honestly, there's just been such a bad rap and a bad vibe surrounding Too Faced right now that I just wasn't really sure. Of course, I got this palette before that all happened, but there's just been a lot of like negativity. But honestly guys, this palette is such a nice palette. It's not the best palette I've ever owned, but for every day, this is just such a beautiful palette. And plus, I really like the smell. I know it might be overwhelming for some people, or just some people might not like it. I've heard that. But honestly, it doesn't bother me. I think it actually smells pretty good. Some of my favorite shades in here are Puree, which is this guy right here. It's almost like a reddish orangey sort of brown. I love Luscious. That one is just so stunning. It's like a nice pinky gold. I also really like Nectar. It's a very nice sort of neutral satiny, shimmery sort of shade, which is really beautiful. And then I actually really like Candied Peach, because even though it has some glitter in it, you cannot see that when you blend it into the crease. So those are the shades right here. As you can see, they are pretty pigmented. They're very smooth. There's only a few shades, like Charmed, I'm sure, Delectable, Tempting. Those ones aren't as nice. They tend to be a little bit patchy. I haven't even like used every single color in this palette, but it's a really great palette, and I honestly think that if you want to spend some money on a toothpaste palette and you already have something like the Chocolate Bar, because I've heard that's really highly rated, if you like more peachy things, I would definitely go with this. It has a lot of nice warm colors in it. Next thing I have to mention is a concealer, and it is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I use this in my full face of first impressions, and I have literally been using it almost every day since. I just really like the formula on this. I think the color is also really nice. This is the shade Light Ivory. I think it's the latest shade that they have, but don't quote me on that. It's just really, really pretty. I like the formula because it's not like super watery, but it's not super thick to the point where it's all creasy and gross. It's a really pretty formula, and from the drugstore, it is so good. Next thing I have to mention is the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Mascara. I know I was super skeptical about this at first, because whenever you see something with so many ads, if you're like me, you get kind of skeptical on it. Like, if they have so many ads on it, is it really that good? You know what I mean? So I've been trying this out, and honestly, I have to say, while it's not my favorite mascara in the world, it is a pretty darn good one from the drugstore, I have to say. There's Maybelline coupons out all the time, so definitely look for this on sale, because I think it's like $7 or $8. But I personally really like it. I feel like it builds a lot of volume in your lashes. It also lengthens a pretty good amount. It doesn't flake. It doesn't get smudgy or gross or anything like that. I feel like it's actually a really nice mascara. Like I said, it's not the best one I've ever used, but it's probably my favorite one from the drugstore right now. So I have another brush to share with you guys. I just want you guys to look at this brush. I'm covering up the name. Tell me what brand this is from. Guess. I want you guys to guess. So you can go like write down the comments or whatever if you want, or you don't, you just guess in your head, whatever. This is an e.l.f. brush. This is the e.l.f. pointed powder brush. This is from e.l.f. What? It looks like it's from Morphe or something else. It is the softest brush ever, and it is the best brush for bronzing. Before, I would use my purple handle Danny guy back there. If you watch that video, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's just like a nice fluffy brush. But now I have been dedicated to this one. I love how pointed these tips get, because you can stick it into the bronzer really precisely and like kind of contour with it, but then all these bristles on the side you can kind of use to blend out your bronzer. You can get a precise look with this, or you can get a very blown out look. You could totally use this for powder. That's actually what it's supposed to be used for, but honestly, for bronzer, it is so good. I have two more favorites to share, and then we will get on with the regrets. So my next favorite is actually something I have not been using for like that long at all, but I just have to share it because it's really good. It is the e.l.f. What is this called? Moisturizing Stick Foundation. So this is what it looks like. Might as well just swatch it on my hand for you guys. That's what it looks like right there. You can't really see it because it's kind of like, you know, the color of my skin. But I really like this. I heard Kathleen Lights kind of raving about it in her stick foundation video. She said it was a really good one. And so I finally got my hands on it to try it out. And I have to say, she's right. It's so nice. It's very dewy. If you guys are oily skinned in any way, I don't think you're gonna like this because it will kind of break up on you if you're oily. But for dry skin girls, it's not too heavy. It makes my skin look very dewy. It does oxidize a little bit, so just be careful about that. Maybe bring it down your neck. But it's just really, really nice. I love the formula, and it doesn't break up on me. It does get very dewy looking, so sometimes I have to retouch, but it doesn't like break up and look gross, which I love. And then my last favorite of the month is this perfume right here. This is the Marc Jacobs Daisy perfume. Oh, I just love this stuff so much. I mentioned it in my haul because Zach bought it for me because it's my absolute favorite perfume. Like I said in that video, I'll go into Sephora and like put the roller balls on me because I'm kind of weird like that. But I finally have the full size, and it just looks so pretty. Like on my vanity back here, kind of goes with my whole theme, like white and gold, you know. But other than that, the smell is so amazing. I have so many people compliment me when I'm wearing this. Everyone's always like, oh my god, you smell so good. I'm like, I know. And it's not heavy and overpowering, and I think that's what I love about it. It's a very like girly, slightly floral, but not like old lady sort of scent, and I feel like it does have a little bit of sweetness in it. Like when I smell it, I definitely think like daisy and honey and summer and spring, and it's just a really nice fragrance. I really, really like it. So that is it for my favorites this month. Let's move on to the least faves. So the first one I want to mention is actually a deodorant. This is the Ban Powder Fresh Roll-On Antiperspirant. I almost never wear antiperspirants just because there's a lot of stuff behind them that I'm not typically a fan of. I prefer natural deodorants, and plus I don't really have too much of an issue with sweating. I'll only wear them for like if I'm going dancing or if I'm gonna be working out and I don't want to stink. But this one, I just feel like it doesn't do anything. So the scent is a little because it's like a powder scent. I don't know. It smells a little old lady. I don't know. It's a roller ball and it's super wet, which I think is really weird because it's like it's an antiperspirant. It's supposed to make you not wet, but it's really wet. And I just feel like it wears off really easily. I don't feel like I'm protected. I had a Dove 24-hour one that I was wearing, and that one worked really well, but this one I just feel like wears off and it kind of makes my other deodorant wear off, and I don't know. I don't feel like it's keeping me from stinking and sweating and all that sorts of good stuff. I don't feel like it works. Next are a pair of lashes. These are the Ardell Faux Mink luxuriously lightweight lashes, and these are in the style 810. I was so excited for these, like beyond excited. I tried them out in my first impressions and I wasn't a huge fan of them. I feel like the band is definitely not invisible. It says it has an Invisiband, but I do not feel like it is. I actually feel like it's kind of thick. I feel like these are actually like pretty one-dimensional, which is really weird. I feel like my Kiss lashes have way more dimension than these do, and these are supposed to be like faux mink, so they're supposed to look like very fluffy. I don't feel like they do. They just look so natural that honestly when I'm just wearing mascara, I look like I have more lashes than with these ones. And these ones were the most dramatic ones. They honestly don't do anything, and I feel like they will not stay on my eyes. The band, like I said, it feels kind of thick and it'll just pop off the inner corners. They're a hassle to put on. I just don't like them. So I ran out of my Revlon eyelash glue and I cannot seem to find it like anywhere. So I picked up the what is this? Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe. This is the clear version. I really like the black version. It works really nice for when I'm wearing like black liner. It's very black. I'm actually wearing it today with my triplet lashes. But this one is so weird. I feel like I'll put it on my lashes and I'll let them dry, and then I'll go to put my lashes on and it'll be too dry, like not sticky enough, so I'll put more on, and then I'll wait a little less time and I'll go to put it on and it's too wet. It doesn't get really tacky, and I feel like my lashes just don't stay on when I'm using it, which is really sad because it's a very nice, easy brush on tip, it's cheap, and it does dry clear, but I just feel like it doesn't keep my lashes on at all. I feel like I'm always having my inner corners popping off. When I put my lashes on, if I have glitter or shimmer on my eyes and I'm not wearing liner and it gets any of that glitter or shimmer on it, forget it. It's going to be coming right off. I just love my Revlon one so much. This one just does not cut it. Next I have the Pure Cosmetics sponge. This I got in my BoxyCharm. I got 3 of them. This one, it's just so hard, and like you can see, I tried to use it for foundation the one day and it just sucked up everything. Felt like I was blending a rock against my face, and I do not want that. I want a sponge, not a rock. So I just don't foresee myself using this. I might try it for like cream contouring, because then that's kind of when you want it to soak up a little bit of product, but it's just so hard and I don't like it. I don't get it. Why? You were supposed to be so good. I don't understand. And then the last thing is not so much a disappointing product as it is, I just don't understand why it's not working. This is the Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops in the shade Ultra Light. I have been trying to use this so much, but I don't know if it's just like the same color of my skin tone, but when I put it on, it doesn't show up. Like when I swatch it on my hand, you guys will see, it's like this beautiful like gold reflect. Like look how pretty that is. But when I put that on my face or underneath my foundation, it doesn't show up. And it's so weird. You guys can even kind of see it in my prom tutorial. I'll put it like right here, and you can't even really tell. But when I swatch it on my hand and I blend it out just as much, you can totally see it. I just don't understand. It's a little confusing. Maybe I am like too light for it, or like just the same shade of it. So when I put it on, you can't see it. Maybe it'll look better on like darker skin tones. But I just don't understand. I'm like, the other ones in daylight are amazing. They are beaming. They are gorgeous. I love the formula of these, but it's just not working and I don't understand why. So that is it for my hits and misses this month. I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what you thought of me incorporating some misses. I don't usually do that, but let me know what you thought. So yeah, let me know what your favorites and misses were down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hey, what's up everybody, it's Amaya. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys how you can make sure that you slay